Welcome to another session of The Letter. So, on the last episode, we continue Rebecca. So, as we can tell, luckily they survived the car crash, and he's over here just getting to know that, oh, something's up with Isabella. She's gone. And then stuff happened at school. What else? I guess she has a bit of a they call that one of those neglectful kind of childhoods because she kind of wish her parents were always there when she kind of wants them to. But well, that's kind of like many years passed down the road on that one. But now we're getting to the portion where we got the invitation that was meant for her parents, but she decided to be in their stead since they can't make it. So we're going to continue this story where we left off. I believe it was after the school scene. I believe. Other than that, let's hit it in. Alrighty, let's see. Oh yeah, I forgot we beat the crap out of freaking Luke. I forgot about
I
that.
both loved that and hated that because I'm afraid bad relationships with other characters could hurt your survival, but at the same time, Luke is a jerk.
Well, I think he deserves to get kicked in the balls at least once. But other than that, a cloudless night sky greets me when I walk out of the cafe. Beyond the tall buildings, a blanket of stars spreads out before me. Isabella once told me the best place to view it is some place outside the city, away from noise and intrusive lights. She's seen it once in her mom's hometown, the other time in the university she used to attend. Then she asked if it's possible to try out here sometime. I agreed with her at the time, if only it was because she appears excited at the mere prospect of it. Made those little plans to go along with Zachary and Ashton. Though, up until now, we never got around it. Even so, I found myself enjoying this despite being told it's only half the experience. Little things, stuff you can learn to appreciate when you're alone. Because at certain times you get to meet people who are unfortunately born with an innate talent to ruin the mood and the scene with their mere existence alone. For example, the very driver of this car fast approaching my direction. Luckily, he didn't notice me. But the fleeting moment when we pass each other by gives me a brief glance of the people he's with. Ah, shit. Kylie is sitting in the back seat with a serving of bread pudding in her hands, and then there's a mysterious dark-haired woman. And beside him must be his wife.
Sure.
Sure. He takes a turn and disappears at the nearest corner.
She's just a devil woman with evil on her mind.
I'll drink to that. I hope you like that sipping ASMR. But other than that, throughout the night, that cursory glimpse of all things that bother me has left me wondering what kind of person his wife is. More than that, it's a silent prayer to the universe. I hope I don't even cross paths with that douche again. But little do we know, we will.
What was she doing? I forgot what she was doing.
She was getting food for Isabella right now.
Yeah.
Because she's gonna see how Isabella's doing, because she was worried.
Okay.
Cause remember Isabella was missing and she's with Zachary the entire time. So this is her kind of the whole day worth of panicking and getting out of school.
She spent the day with, or the night with Zach, yeah, after she had that.
Yeah. Anyways, let's see. After having such an eventful day, anyone would think nothing will surprise me anymore. But here I am, standing at the top of the stairwell, watching an odd scene unfold before me. Relief crosses my mind first, followed by confusion.
What is she doing there?
Although, given what happened this morning, the question feels a bit inappropriate to ask directly. What's more important is Isabella's here.
Oh, she's pissed.
She is not happy.
She's sitting cross-legged in the hallway, just right in front of her room with several papers and folders scattered about. Each of them seems important as the next. More than once, upon giving a quick scan, I spot Blair Reality logo at the topmost area of the pages. Everything considered, it looks like it was a mess made by a third grader working on a crunch time. The landlady will have a few things to say about this when she finds out. I have a few things to say about this, in fact. But something in the calm, focused manner she holds herself at present keeps me disturbing her with that reminder. She's going through each paper with this intensity. Her brows are furrowed, lips in a tight line, both hands moving in precise movements as she shifts through each sheets. She finds something of note. She moves closer, nose almost touching whatever paper she's holding, and grabs her phone to call someone. Alright, Isabella, take away.
Hello. Sorry to call you this late. There's something I just want to... If that's okay. Yeah. Okay. Thanks.
I think that one's still Isabella.
Well, Isabella is, she nicknamed her Isabel sometimes
Oh.
by,
Oh, okay,
Rebecca.
okay.
So, like, you know, like the names switch based on the characters' perspectives in this game.
Yes, I remember having like 5 different names alone just last
You're
Tuesday.
special.
Last
But I
time.
think that's Isabella talking, though. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it's still Isabella talking.
Not that one either.
It is a cycle. She goes through call after call, then after the last one ends, she shuffles through the piles again and dials another number. Is it work? I'd never seen her this engrossed with her own work before. Otherwise, she would have noticed my presence the moment I reached our floor. After the 9th call, she appears as oblivious to it as when I arrived. She lets out a loud sigh this time. I immediately take it as an opportunity to interrupt.
Isabella, you know the house rules here.
At once, her head jerks back and hits the hard concrete wall behind her with a thump. There's the Isabella I know. Glad it's still there. I allow her a moment to nurse it before speaking again. Really?
Becca, you're late.
Yeah, I ran into a little trouble at the cafe, but I brought food for the two of us if you haven't eaten anything yet.
As anticipated, she grins once I raise the bag of food. Yet it doesn't reach her eyes. There's nothing of the cheerful glint in it this time. It's a hollow tone for the sake of being polite. Ashton's right. Something happened.
Yeah, maybe later.
But turning down food is the devil.
Oh, no.
I've got to finish this first. Just leave it here. I'll eat it once.
Let's force feed her.
Thanks.
You can't eat this here. You know how the landlady would react. Why even working outside? Good rooms right there.
Wait, is she in the hallway?
Yeah, I think she's in front of her.
Oh, they were inside
door.
her.
Oh, I know. I'm sorry. It just feels stuffy in my apartment. I'll go back inside once everything's aired out. I promise.
Just use some Febreze, girl.
That has never bothered you before.
Well, it bothers me now.
Oh, really? Just now. I found that hard to believe.
Yeah, shouldn't you be happy? I mean, you've been complaining even if it's not your room. Now I know how you're feeling when it's... So I'm going to clean. Isn't that a good thing?
In spite of what's supposed to be good news, an exhale comes for me, drawn out and slow.
It's a good thing, Isabella. Believe me. But you're as bad as Zachary at lying. What's really going on?
She hastily averts her eyes, a surefire indicator that this is going to be one of those lengthy conversations that can possibly end with another person's angry. Again. It's one thing I like to avoid tonight at all costs. Still, I made a promise to Ashton and Zachary. If she didn't talk to them, who else is going to talk to? If she keeps this all to herself, who knows that might happen?
Isabella, you can tell me. Is it about your family?
A slight movement of her lips, although a frown, it's a reaction at least. I'm getting there.
Rose?
She merely shakes her head, just a little more.
Come on, I know something happened. I don't know if it's because of Rose, but I know it's related to her somehow. You weren't here when I visited this morning, and both Zachary and Ashton are worried about you. If you don't want to tell them, you can tell me. Does it have something to do with work? Office?
If I didn't know her, I might have missed it. She shifts then, her fist clenching tight and teeth biting her lower lip, and there's fear. Look of terror in her is the last thing I expected to see out of everything. Her mouth trembles briefly before she opens them. When she finally voices it out, the words simply spill out of her mouth, one after another, all of it. True to what I promised her, I listened. Because this is something that she's been keeping to herself from the two most dependable people I know. In fact, she chooses to tell me this speaks a lot to me.
Becca, she was there again. Last night, in the office, boss passed Rose's workload yesterday for the mission. I had to stay late to finish them. And then, when I was about to go home, saw her again. Standing in front of me again last. Couldn't get away. She was blocking the door, and if I hadn't hidden myself, I made the tiniest found me. Almost found me. And if she saw me under that table, I think that would have been the end of it. Scared. So scared I won't be able to do anything.
By the end, her hands are trembling and her breathing down into rasping intervals. For a long moment, I let the silence stretch out between us, let her sobs fill it instead. And as her soft whimpers die down minutes later, there's heaviness hanging in the air. Not just from her, but also from me. My exasperation over this whole matter, my own frustrations over the stupid superstitions, when she could do us all a favor and grow a backbone.
We are a terrible person.
Remember, her background's an atheist. She may be young,
Oof.
but she's no longer that young. It's about time to put an end to this. And she can't keep on going on like this. She's still got plenty of years to live out. What if she goes home? What if there's no longer theirs to keep her fears in line with what's real? What would she do then? I'm more afraid of for her. What kind of imagination will do to her than with what some imaginary monster could. The manner she's looking at me right now, there's an expectation in it, and a hope and a plea sewn together. She wants me to believe her this time. If it's like that, then what am I supposed to say now? She
Be a
wants
friend.
to hear, and she needs it. Yes, again.
First one, please.
First one, or one that I can't live with myself.
All right,
Yeah.
any spicy individuals?
Yeah.
We're being a bad friend as it is.
Yeah, I
We've
think it's
answered
already
those
been
recently.
spicy enough.
Yeah. As your president, I will let you decide.
All right.
But I must say I'm heavily in favor of making things spicy. So
I didn't vote for
No,
you.
first one. Justin, you ruined things before. Stay out of this.
no, I haven't. When?
You ruined it by not saying anything, and we messed
Edward,
up
I
that one
swear to
time.
God.
I am sorry if my presidential duties had to summon me to other civilians. Okay.
Okay, so I guess at least 4 people voted for the first one, so I'm gonna flip those votes and make it this again. So let's go. I'm kidding.
No.
Yes. Yes, Mr. Edward.
Nah, I'm just
Give
thinking
in
all
to give in to the
chance.
dark side.
I mean, realistically, if I wanted to, I can use like one of my one-time unnight choices and just do this. But we haven't implemented,
worth
so
it?
You, I don't.
There could be a spicier
I'm
choice
pretty
down the
sure
road.
I'm pretty sure you
Nice
gave that
young.
power to yourself, Ed.
look, I just want to get like basically the ultimate like experience of like denying a friend and then take her only chance of a romantic affair from her and keep her to herself. I think that's spicy enough. But considering we're doing a good boy or good girl runs, I guess I'll go as the group decide because this is democracy after all. So,
Good girl, you kicked me in the balls.
well, that's because we chose democratically.
I think I'm gonna change my vote. I feel like it would be more consistent with Becca's character for her to just be, a stone cold asshole this entire run.
It would be more character,
She's
but
been really bad.
we
Do
can
that she's the
change.
mom friend.
We can be
the
a good
mom
person.
friend. Do the first one.
I mean, I feel like okay, if we're playing the character, she still think Rebecca as a friend. So but she's also the strict, I guess the strict like sibling type of personality. So I guess realistically, she would ask well, is this why you didn't go home last night? She wants to talk it out. This is the only moment for her girl talk here about supernaturals.
Okay, Ed, you convinced me. Let's be nice.
Isabel probably already thinks she's going insane. I just think if we do this again, something bad's gonna happen to her.
Well,
I think Isabel would be fine. I think Becca would probably die if we continue to deny the possibility that there's no ghost.
Perhaps.
well,
All right. Let's just go with first choice then.
all right. First pro choice it is.
All right, the president has spoken.
Let's go.
Exactly.
I'm just kidding.
You
Yes.
dare defy the president?
Well, that's why I'm chancellor. Just kidding. All right. As much as I want to set her straight, a reprimand isn't what she needs right now. With that pouty face she's giving me, I doubt it'll even end well if I push it. I know her. She wants to be stubborn. She's stubborn. And there are moments she can't be acquiescing.
Acquiescence?
Oh, hell if I know.
Acquiescing.
It means to acquire.
Okay, acquiescing. All right. 2.
Well, actually, no, it's not. But whatever.
Excuse me. I was just thinking like the Spanish Inquisition or something with the word like that, but I'm not. Ugh. Times when she'll be more accepting of what I tell her, despite her inclination to disagree with it. That talk can wait. In the meantime, I'll be the ears that listens to her without judging her, without criticizing her, despite my own opinion on it.
You should have called me.
She stares at me like I've grown another head, and her laughter slips out before I can stop myself.
There? I can't do that. What will you do? Hit her with a book? You'll be dead before that happens.
I hit lots of people with books.
Like who?
It's kind of a thing.
We just like hitting our potential like stalkers and offenders with books. You got to educate them why they need to reform through the power of violence. So
Next time I see that girl, I will torture her with a Tom and Jerry movie trailer.
oh, dude, I love Tom and Jerry.
No.
Yeah, like
cruel
when
and
someone gets
unusual.
arrested and you say you're gonna hit him with the book, that's what they mean. You're gonna
Throw the
get
book at them. Yeah.
All right, let's continue.
That isn't what I'm talking about. After you got out, you should have phoned me. You didn't have to go to Zachary's.
Just finished the ends of my alcoholic beverage, but the corners of her mouth curls up. A sheepish smile by general definition, but this is Isabella. Her smiles are never half-hearted, never lacks her high spirits. In spite of this, I know everything's going to be okay. Somehow, after all, she learned to pick herself up long ago, long before we met.
Yeah, sorry. don't even remember how I ended up in this place. I was in a hurry to get out of the office, and it was already late. Besides, I don't really think you'll believe me if I wake you up.
That's beside the point. True or not, there are people who will always be concerned about you. There's Zachary, but he's the first person you went to, and you didn't tell him anything. You just slept there. There's Ashton too, and me. But how do you think I'll be able to explain to your aunt or your family if you suddenly disappeared? Think about that.
Right. I'll remember.
Wait, what? Oh, sorry. I thought I pushed the wrong button here. Alright,
It
there we
happens.
go. Here we go. Then she grins. Playful, mischievous, a permeable to an old banter. It's still not quite there, and still not quite her usual self, but with it, I know we're bound to get her back soon.
Mom?
I told you not to call me that.
We laughing. I sent an elbow to her side for added measure, but when laughter follows a familiar gesture, none of it is unexpected. This is what's comfortable, and this is how we found an equal ground despite our stark differences. So, for the moment, I accept things as they are. Afterwards, a harsh stretches out before us, or a hush, I'm sorry. For Isabella, this is rare. This isn't her. Yet, in this moment, she fiddles with the edge of another paper near her. As she hugs her knees close to herself and let a pensive expression linger, it feels strangely fitting. As if it was for everything supposed to lead to if we allowed it long ago. Seconds later, the moment is broken by the sounds of a door easing opening and a voice begging some little peace. Here's the landlady who wants to be funny landlady.
I'll do it. How many times have I told you girls not to loiter around the hallway? It's noisy. Some people here are trying to sleep.
Maybe you should invest better insulation, old sound insulation lady.
I will evict you.
Oh no.
Quiet down, or do your talking inside. I'm penning a memo to your doors next time it happens. Fiction. Psh, and then
God damn it, why she's gotta be a boomer?
God damn it.
Sorry, we won't do it again.
you better not.
So then the boomer closes and Isabella starts gathering the mess she has made, carefully stacking them all on her arm. At a loss for what to do, I help pick them, and for the first time I get a closer look at it. Completely unintentional, of course. It catches my attention nevertheless. A confused frown makes it my way to my face. Why is she looking through this? I look to her for an explanation, but she merely ignores the questions in my eyes, takes the paper off my hands, and finishes up cleaning up. The last paper she puts on top is a letter. The one she supposedly found in the mansion that's probably the root cause of this odd behavior. I shoot her a questioning look for that too. But all she gives me is a smile. That halting tone so completely unlike her.
Becca, I'll find a way out of this. You guys don't have to worry about it. Anyways, I should go. See you later.
Where are you going?
Getting myself some food. Don't wait for me.
Bruh, we brought you food.
Oh,
Really?
sorry.
Oh well.
Oh well.
Isabella walks away before I can stop her. Before I can remind her I've brought food enough for the two of us. Quickly disappear down the stairwell while I'm left standing in the empty hallway, holding 2 bags of takeout. One of them will go uneaten tonight. Just an innocent passing thought. One that don't dwell much on as the head back to my room. I ignore all of it in the same way. I've assumed I would never encounter that douche again. Ellipses. We're Thursday now.
Ho ho ho! You think so, don't you?
Don't, please.
Oh no.
Oh. Okay.
No,
The brief lull the past 2 days have offered is nice while it lasted. Whereas nice in quotation as it can get the worries of Isabella's whereabouts creeping up to me every now and then. She hasn't showed up after that last talk we had in the hallway. The dinner I brought has been giving a different neighbor before it spoils. By all means, there shouldn't be anything to lose sleep over. She's gone to work trips before, usually for a day or two. Might be simply one of those. Although, it is often with a message saying exactly where. Is the tour note... Oh god, you can spell door like that too? Alright.
I think
Tower?
it's tower.
Sour.
Is it
yeah.
dour? Okay.
It's like sour with a D.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
It is a dour note that she ended our last chat with that nulls.
Like an ugly premonition.
And as expected, just as things start to settle and the steady rhythm finally worms its way through back to my routine, Thursday mornings brings further disturbance to the now calm waters. With a little ceremony, though still enough to ripple throughout everything. In retrospect, I really should have seen this coming. Luxmorton is a small city, relatively speaking. Compared to, say, London or Glasgow.
Glasgow, I think it is.
Glasgow.
It's a city.
Yeah.
Glasgow.
Never been to Glasgow?
I never been to Europe.
It rains a lot.
Yeah. It's nothing but a tiny mass of land boasting a mere population of 68,000. Those numbers alone are nothing to scoff when standing in a busy street. Pay close enough attention, faces taking this crosswork or riding the subway will soon grow familiar. How unfortunate is of that number, it has to be the teal fucking Luke I encountered one more than once.
Uh-oh.
Alright, Justin, take it away.
Yes! You thought you couldn't see me again. Well, guess again.
Do you guys want to just skip his talk right here, guys?
Of course. You think you can skip me? I'd like to see you try, Chancellor. And I just shoot you force lightning.
Alright.
Oh, you know, a few problems popping up here and there that the agents failed to tell us somehow. Nothing a few hired hands can't fix, of course.
What's he doing at school?
I would have preferred a place near the city and something that's new to save us all the trouble, but darling wife insisted. Who am I to say no?
Well, he failed 6th grade so many times, he'd still actually...
Oh my
No,
god.
I did not fail 6th grade that many times. How do
It's
you
just
think
going to school.
How do you think I became rich, Nick?
Ooh.
By getting married to Hannah.
Inheritance? Yeah.
I was rich before then.
Sure.
Anna had to marry you to save your failing business. That was a story plot point.
Oh,
I don't remember that much.
you know
wow.
too much. Die! And then I just shock
It's
him.
lore.
Ah!
Oh
No!
my god.
I'm the treasurer. Remember?
All right, let's continue.
Alright.
Are you kidding me?
His smug, dumbass head is the first thing I see upon turning into the hall, despite the small crowd of parents and students gathered in the corridor at the primary career day. It's not that he stands out, but he's pretty unremarkable at first glance, frankly. However, it's his countenance that he draws...
Countenance.
Is that how you say? Countenance? Alright.
Yes, countenance.
Alright, sorry. That draws people's eyes to him. The manner he carries himself with the confidence in the world, his mere presence dwarfing everything around him. I'm willing to make a bet that he's also enjoying the attention it garners him, especially the ones coming from the women. God damn it, quit looking at younger women!
These beautiful girls,
What an
they
artist.
only want to do dirt. They'll have you suicidal.
What's,
For real,
What's
like
the-
that,
You're
that,
married,
that,
damn it.
the purple-haired
Not that I
girl, like
want
on the right, doesn't she look like she has the tail, like a little cat tail or something?
yeah,
Yeah,
kinda
but
does.
I think
It's
it's
different
definitely part of her
hair.
skirt, but yeah.
So, do cat people
Oh, I
exist
think
in
it's
this
her
world?
backpack. She has like a unicorn backpack or something.
Oh
okay.
yeah, that's right, she does.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a good eye, Marianne. Thanks to my high definition of streaming, you can see that stuff.
Yes. Thank you, Ed. I think I said this line.
Oh, yeah. Alright. A single glance at him, and I know immediately that, one way or another, if we ever bump into each other again, my day will effectively be ruined in some capacity. He also excludes that air. The sort you want to run him over with a lorry and pass it off as an unfortunate accident. With him, it's either you want to punch him or let him yourself be charmed. There's no in between.
Don't be charmed, Rebecca.
I will not be part of that man's harem. Alright, I'm glad I do the honor of the former self, but alas, there are people around us. I'm stuck in having to face one of the two.
I shouldn't have volunteered.
At the time, helping out sounded a good idea. No classes left today until after lunch. Could have opted to stay at the teacher's lounge and work on my lessons plans, but that means being left alone with our deputy head and his chatter. He is a good man, but Shrivens! He can talk anyone's ears off. So, the moment an opportunity arose, and I jumped on it. It's a simple task to boot. Just deliver a whole box of materials and a few posters for the event. Maybe stay around to assist if time will allow it. I wasn't expecting him to show up here. Out of a frying pan and into the fire. Had I known, I would have stayed and suffered through our deputy's impromptu speeches about his life crisis instead. But what's done is done. Going back is also out of question. With how unexpectedly heavy the load I'm carrying is, I hate to lug this for a trip back just because my pride can't take another second of interactions with the guy. He's insufferable, alright, but I've had my fair share of dealings with teens of more or less the same temperament, all considerably younger than him, and they listened. If he wants to be difficult like last time, so be it, but he can bet his sorry English ass I am not standing down. Left with no other choice, I brace myself and suck in a breath, mustering every bit of patience I have as I step into the hall. My grip on the box tightened when I pulled it closer to me, an attempt to assume a low-key air as I ambled towards the room. The box is not big enough to hide my face, but with the stuff piled on top. But if all else fails, I can just hit him with it. Still, a small prayer forms in my head. If there's even one listening out there, please grant me enough restraint. Better yet, I hope he doesn't notice me at all. I'll definitely make my life easier. Seriously, how hard can it be? He's standing a few ways from the door, and there are plenty of people between us for use for cover. If I'm careful, I can just go in and hand in the stupid box whoever's in charge. Forget every plan of staying longer than necessary, and step out as soon as I can. Easy as pie. But as luck would have it, the exact moment I reached the room's threshold, someone barrels towards me. She latches onto my waist before topping the sudden commotion with a gleeful squeal.
I knew it's you.
The force of it nearly throws me off balance, sending the item stack on top of the box tilting dangerously to the sides. Child added weight at my waist, pinning me on the spot, and both of my hands occupied. Watching is the only thing I'm able to do. The short seconds in between slow as everything gradually slides off the box's small surface. Under different circumstances, these would have been made for a funny story some other time. Comical, even. Till another set of hands reaches out and steadies the posters, threatening to take a nosedive right to the floor.
Careful now, Daisy. Don't make a mess here.
My entire body freezes. Upon hearing his voice alone, an irrational impulse to hit him immediately bubbles up. That is some intense irritation ASMR.
Dun 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 dun.
Alright. But before my limbs could catch up with what my brains is currently screaming at me, he moves to take the burdens off my arms. Irritation gives way to surprise, then confusion. It is in that moment that an instinct finally kicks in, and I tug the box close to me. before he can fully lift it off.
What are you doing?
Number 5. What does it look like? You're surprisingly slow on the uptake for someone of your profession, aren't you? Bloody. Doesn't this school have people for this kind of work? So much for being a center of academic excellence.
I'm going to ignore that slight to my alma mater and my work because that's not what I'm trying to get at. You know what? Why don't we just rephrase that to something you'll easily understand? Why exactly are you doing this?
Well, look like you could use a bit of help. Have you seen your face while you are heaving this around?
Mister, I'm pretty sure if there's ever a look on my face, it's entirely because I saw something extremely unpleasant this morning.
Aren't you a ball of sunshine today, Daisy? Having a bad day, aren't we?
Oh, you have no idea.
I'd put it away if I were you. You might scare the children.
You don't have to worry about that. This isn't my department. I was just asked to bring these. Anyway, I can handle this myself, mister. The room's just right over there. Behind you, in fact. Now, if you could please move over and make way, it would do the whole world some good.
Keeping my voice level throughout is a miracle in itself. But regardless how polite my requests, he doesn't budge. What did I just, okay. What did I have just said merely fly over his head? Were my choice of words really that difficult to comprehend? Really, it shouldn't be that hard. I think he might be a little touched in the head. I'd like to ask him that, actually, but Kylie chooses an instant to pipe in.
Don't worry, Miss Pink. Teal's strong. You can leave this to him. My papa does it lots of times, but I'm not allowed to talk about it to anyone. Wow, what?
Wait,
Huh.
what? Huh. Lifting boxes, you say, Kylie. Alright.
Tia says it's
Confidential, Munchkin.
Yeah, that's right. What you daddy get up to is confidential.
Mm-hmm.
Teal's smart, isn't he, Miss Pink?
Excuse me. I just ate a beef jerky and I almost choked to myself, but I survived. Alright. I'm still of the opinion that he has a piece of shite, but I must admit, his goddaughter excitement is contagious as always. A smile makes its way to my lips.
Why do people like this girl?
Please help me, God. Alright, she has the budge in from her place. Though, to be honest, I am starting to lose some feeling in my stomach with how tightly she wanted her arms around it.
Love me and my giant eyes.
No.
I'm sure he is, Kylie, but I'm also sure he'll find better use for it elsewhere.
Like helping you out.
No. Oh. Well, that's one thing, but
You heard the kid.
no one's asking you.
You wound me, woman.
And I'm quite certain I can do more damage than that. Shall we give it a try? Again?
He pales and stimmers for a bit. He's ultimately decided against saying anything and settles for a brief show of discomfort instead. He's probably having flashbacks the last time we met. His composure, when he finally regains some of his bearings, says it all. Something sort of hilarious, if I do say so myself.
Have you know that threats never work on me, Daisy? Not in a million years. Not ever.
He almost looks like he's blushing a little bit.
It kind of
Yeah.
does, yeah.
Yeah, I think you're turning him on.
Oh no.
Oh no. You're assuming it's a threat. How cute.
Two, I'm not scared of you. Just because you landed a hit.
Oh, do go on. Keep telling yourself that.
So we're going for the Rebecca Luke ending, right?
Oh no.
Oh
A
no.
fluke! You hear? A fluke!
Well, our current relationship status is
Not
very
good, so-
unlikely.
Okay.
Although we do have a shot at the Ashton.
That's actually my preferred. Yeah, hopefully we can get.
But do we ship Ashton with Isabella or Rebecca?
Ooh.
It's for
That's
us
the
to
million-dollar
decide.
question.
I mean, we're
That's
not.
kinda-
It's kind of impossible to overtake it.
Yeah. I was caught off guard, and your damn book left a dent.
Damn.
You heard that.
If I end up in a hospital because of what you did, I am sending the chief of Luxembourg police after you, woman.
You don't say.
Just give me that bloody box.
He snatches out of my arms before a single word of protest exit my mouth. Quickly disappear behind the classroom. Not that
Miss, that teacher is picking on me.
But I am a teacher, motherfucker. But anyways, not that it matters who brings it in now. My prior irritation has already melted into amusement. He's not so bad. Not so bad once you figure out his temperament works. It's almost similar to a child.
Ouch.
A very spoiled child.
Though I still have to ask.
Kylie, did your Tio eat something bad before coming here? He's unusually nice today.
A far-fetched idea, I know, but it's the only reason I can think of why this arsehole is starting to act like a decent human he's quite frankly far from being. First and foremost, he doesn't end our last meeting with a good note. If I were him, I avoid every person who put a dent in his skull, as he so aptly put it. Why he's acting friendly 2 days later?
He's a masochist. He always is. But I made him promise to be extra nice to you since you helped me out so much. I think we're gonna be great friends.
Yeah, I highly
In
doubt
another,
that.
in another timeline, maybe.
I quickly stomp on the urge to groan loudly and gag at that. Blech. He's the last person I want to be chummy with in this whole city, but Kylie doesn't need to know that.
Are you sure it's not something he ate during breakfast?
I gave him some jelly babies this morning.
Not
the hell is
those
a jelly
jelly
baby?
babies?
It's a British treat. The one of the Doctor Who's really likes them. Rowan
Someone-
bought me lots of them. Mama said I should share, so I offered half of it to Tio when he picked me up. To fill him with sugar.
Oh man, not sugar. Also, speaking of sugar, can someone look up jelly babies so we can have an idea and post it in the
I'm
chat?
posting it in the chat.
Let's
Alright.
see. Jelly babies is. It's candied babies apparently.
Huh? Like kind of like
Yeah, it's
Sour
an,
Patch
it's,
Bears
it's,
or
it's,
something?
yeah, it's an
Really?
English. Yeah, it's an English snack.
Okay. Say
There's an English
Oh,
market.
it was apparently prominent in Doctor Who.
interesting. Alright, let me take a look at this. Oh, nice. Oh yeah, they kind of remind me of those gummy things like in
Sour Patch
Yeah, like
Kids.
Sour Patch Kids. Yeah.
Gummy bear, bouncing
With all
here
the
and there and
color in it.
everywhere.
I don't know why I was
Versus
thinking
sour,
of the little
sweet.
plastic Jesus things in
Plastic
the king cake.
Jesus.
Plastic rat.
What?
Oh, during.
That's a-
that is
Yeah,
a-
When you said like little person snacks, I was like, oh, is it like little plastic Jesus you put in the king cakes for Mardi Gras?
Oh, you talking about
Oh,
those
baby, yeah.
banderoscas? Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Got the name of them.
it's fine. It's like a holiday. The tradition is that if you get the baby in that, you're supposed to host like the next like
You make the next cake for next year, right?
Right.
there's either that
Right.
or you host host the next like holiday season or something like that. It's either or. So, but other than that,
Oh, that's probably why he's weird. Jelly baby overdose.
you could have done everyone a favor and choke on them while he's at it.
Jesus Christ, Becky.
Do you want some? I got more. diabetes for everyone. I couldn't find Melody or Takako this morning, but I'm sure they'll be fine with sharing some of it with you.
No, I'm not really fond of them. I was just asking. Where's your mom, by the way?
Out of town with Papa.
An unexpected pang hits me at her words. Statement, though innocent enough, unearths that whole trunk of memories from childhood. So eerily familiar. Night spent eating dinners alone, and the number of days coming home to an empty house growing with each passing year. Sometimes several Christmas Eves spent on relatives instead of my own family. Too late to think about it now, but when I remember, the dull ache is still there, familiar, though lessened by the years now. Besides me, Kylie takes a step back, having gotten tired of clinging to me. There's nothing but cheer in her, but she doesn't seem to be too affected by the effect. Although it makes me wonder of how much of it's real, or how much of it were to mask the loneliness, if there's even one. What a lucky child.
Weren't they informed of Career Day beforehand?
Yeah, I told them all about it. Mama was so looking forward to it.
And they still left?
Yay, childhood neglect.
It's important business, so it can't be helped. They promised to tell me about it when they came back tomorrow, though Papa said he'll give me a gift if I behaved. I want more candy. I'm an addict. I've been a good girl, right, Miss Pink? More candy.
You always are. But they asked that douche. I mean, they asked your Tio to look after you. For this?
No, they didn't.
No? Then how?
It was supposed to be Tia. Mama liked... Oh, it was supposed to be Tia. Mama likes her better than Tio, so she asked her, but she's sick and had to visit the doctor today. Oh, is this Rochelle's kid, or is this somebody else's? I don't...
It might be, like, remember the police commissioner guy and Rochelle's
Yeah.
kid? This was, like, their kid. And there was also another character named Rowan. I think that's, like, her brother or sibling or relative.
I think that was one of the kids that was like in the dungeon underneath the castle filming the thing.
Probably,
They
yeah.
talked about him in the dungeon, but he wasn't actually in the dungeon.
Yeah, he wasn't in there, but he was aware of it.
He was in the park off screen at some point a few
Yeah.
Yeah.
sessions
We've heard
back.
him in the
He's only mentioned, like, a few times, but there's, like, a few times he spoke earlier. But, other than that...
That's supposed to be a secret, by the way, but I think it's a bit confusing because Tio said she also went shopping. That's unfair. Don't you think so, Miss Pink? Mama doesn't allow me to go out when I'm sick. It's still okay, though, since Tio always buys me sweets before we go home. I'm gonna ask for a parfait today. Extra large.
my god, she's
Extra diabetes.
gonna become super diabetic beyond type 2.
Don't tell Takako, okay?
Listening to her like this isn't easy to get a picture where Kylie's fondness for the guy comes from. She's far from a demanding child unless she made a promise of some sort. She'd never forget those. She'll make friends with anyone wherever she is. Buy her a few things and voila, you're settled. No wonder she's so attached to the man. The douche probably showers her with gifts whenever he can. Can't say the sentiment's the same for the latter, however. He doesn't seem the type of guy, and probably does it for the sake of getting some peace and quiet whenever he's with the girl. Classic techniques.
Before that, I'm gonna show him to everyone first. He's my special object. It's gonna be great. No one else has a gazillionaire fairy godfather. Also, when I grow up, I'm gonna be exactly like him and marry someone really handsome.
Oh my.
Like Tia did. That way I can be awesome too.
There's some sort of misguided logic in there that I like to correct. Before I can say my piece, the douchebag steps in, fresh out of the commotions from the classroom behind us. He plows into conversation with every subtlety a wrecking ball has. No shite given, despite no one asking for his opinion.
Munchkin, sweetie, trust me. You don't have to marry someone for that to happen.
I don't. Didn't you marry
Just-
money?
Just do your thing, darling. I'm quite sure you can do great things on your own without lugging around an extra baggage with you.
Do you marry for money?
Oh boy, I hate my rich wife.
Quit. Say that to me again, sweetie, and I will yeet you out the window.
Tia married you. Was that a mistake?
Mother of God.
Okay, you're going out the window. And then I just throw her out.
Just yeet the girl out the window. Not even
And then I
open it. Just
and,
throw
then
her.
and it turns out I had secretly attached a grenade to her as well, so that I pulled the pin from. So as she goes out, she just explodes.
Blows
We're
up
on
like
the
a bird of
seventh
plays.
And then nobody gave a shit because no one liked this character, anyways.
I just have to
I'm
imagine
still
she's been thrown out the window several times at this point in the conversation, and at this point she's just coming back with like a whole layer of ash.
That's why I had the grenade. Okay.
Not enough. I'm immortal. This head is very hard.
Oh my
Look
God.
at it.
That's
I
why.
don't know, there's something abnormal about this
That's
child.
why her head is like
Like,
so
throw that
large. She has like that unhuman resilience of like surviving even the impossible
God.
ends. But
Anyway, you were trying to become likable. Let's go.
all right, Zach, it's your turn. Do you want to narrate for me, buddy?
Oh, sure. Kylie drops the statement without. I can't do this without music. You got to bring the stream back. Kylie drops the statement without any sort of preface, and the moment it lands, the douche finds himself grappling with the conversation.
Yeah, well, that's true, Munchkin, technically. But it's not the same thing.
A small frown seizes the girl's eyebrows as she tries to comprehend her Tio's rather vague explanation.
Grown-ups are hard.
It's not surprising either when Luke tenses under the child's questioning gaze. It's familiar. I've seen the same look a great deal of times before on Ashton whenever he's trying to say something he can't quite phrase. Another second passes before the douche moves, kneeling in front of Kylie and placing both his hands on either sides of her shoulder.
You must die now.
No, kind is the last word I'll ever use to describe the man, but in this minute, and this minute alone, there's a smile on his face I can't place, tender by all means for someone as obnoxious as him. It's a curious thing to see, if not a bit odd.
Listen here, sweetie. Tia was already a great person before she met me.
She is,
Until I ruined her.
but I don't see her doing anything. She's always at home, looking sad after she married you.
Not always, Munchkin. Did you know she's really good at numbers?
You're good with them too. I heard you count to 10 once. You helped me with my homework once too.
She counted 10.
Your home is pretty, let's be honest. A 2-year-old could have done that. But, well, Tia's much better than me. She used to do math with big numbers.
Oh, like millions? Like your money?
No. Gazillions. And she's really, really good at it. So much so that her dad let her manage anything that had to do with it. That was even before she met me, too. I have no idea what happened.
Does that mean she's better than you? Because it's sounding like she's better than you.
Leagues, Munchkin. Way, way better than I'll ever be.
For some reason, I don't think he's still talking about his wife's mathematical prowess as his voice trails off. In fact, if I had not been paying closer attention, I wouldn't have noticed the change in him. The slight shift in his smile from one that's tender to something wistful, like remembering a memory he has always been fond of, but has often kept to himself. And at the fleeting glance of it, a tiny, insignificant part of the world somehow also shifts. Opinions changing, impressions moving. Feelings only a large, big-headed child like Kylie could possibly evoke.
Thank you for getting my name right, thought Daisy. Now, you know what? Why don't you ask Tia next time you have homework?
Okay, I'll help Next time I ask her to help out with the math.
See? You don't need to marry a good-for-nothing bloke.
I like how he's underselling him.
Can I also tell her not to stay at home anymore so she can go out and start her harem?
Good God.
What is she? The protagonist of that Otome, whatever that show was. Villainous thing? God.
If Tia's good at it, I'm sure she can help you out too. And Papa! He computes a lot of numbers too. Tia can help him.
You go do that. I'm sure she'd love to hear it, Munchkin, even it's been a while since.
Another silence from him. Then, without missing a beat, he turns Kylie around and lightly pats her shoulder, in a gesture to end their conversation right here and there. Probably before he can say other things he's never intended to say or a child is not meant to hear.
But off you go first. I think I saw your friend run off to the other classroom. The one with the pigtails. Go say hi to her. You still have those jelly babies to give her, yes?
Alright. Diabetes for everyone. But wait for me, okay? I've got loads more to show you. They put up my drawing on the bulletin board the other day, and I'm gonna take you there later.
God, no.
I'll be back! Whether you like it or not.
Oh.
She soon disappears behind the small crowd, none the wiser to the sudden change in the mood around her.
Oh, thank God she's gone.
Oh, God, yes.
Luke straightens as soon as she's gone. The expression on his face grows less kind now that there's no one to reassure. Despite that, a chuckle still escapes me. His head quickly snaps at me, an accusing glare clear in his eyes. Although it's less threatening now, considering what I've witnessed earlier. Funny how one person's impression of someone can easily change with that minute detail.
Why are you laughing like that?
Don't mind me. I just saw something surprising today. Don't let it bother you.
You know, putting it like that won't make me any less inclined to ask. What is it, woman? This is another one of your threats. I already told you, it isn't going to work on me. That good teacher act isn't going to fool anyone.
What makes you think it has to do with you? I could just remember something funny. Not everything in this world revolves around you, mister.
I am not daft, Daisy. It's on your face for all the world to see. Now say it so we can be done with this stupid talk.
Oh, sorry. I let out another laugh. More to delay than to express any sort of amusement over the matter. In truth, I don't know where to start. One wrong move, one wrong word, and I might offend the man.
Thought we didn't.
That'd be the
that.
worst.
Okay, I really,
Alright,
You
so.
good at handling her?
So, what should we say?
Oh, that's tricky. I don't know.
Can we check the logs? What did he last say specifically?
Let's see. Last thing he said. This said right here. He says, "Why are you laughing like that? No pudding like that will make me less inclined to ask. What is it? If it's one other thing, one of your threats, I already told you this isn't going to work on me. That good teacher act isn't going to work on. It's going to fall." And she said, "I remember something very funny. Not everything around you, mister. I am not daft, Daisy. It's on your face for all worlds to see. Now say it's so. We can be done with this talk." So we're just basically.
It's not even
We're just
clear.
kinda-
Like I feel like
I think he's wondering what we're laughing about. So we
Laughing
can
about.
be, like
Right.
But what we're laughing at is
Like-
that like he acted human kind of for
Yeah.
one, maybe.
Like, does he
being
really
douche.
think we're threatening him?
Or like you think that is like
it sounds
it's
aggressive.
like it sounds aggressive. We're arguing with her. So this is kind of like more polite but the context is that he's wondering why we're laughing at it. We're just laughing at the fact that he actually has some level of thing to it. Despite
That's the way I interpret it, yeah.
So
I vote
Yeah,
for the first one.
That was a really wholesome moment with Luke. I vote for the second one. I think we should just totally stop him.
all right, 1-1. Anybody else?
Hmm.
Yeah, it's just still kind of unclear to me, so I'm gonna
Yeah, neither really
not
follow the
vote on this
conversation,
one.
but it's kind of.
Alright.
I'll go with the second option. That's like
So,
some
people for
free
the second.
I
4D
vote for
chess
one.
though.
So even Stevens, Maria, and President are standing their votes. You know what this
Well,
means?
Can you just roll a d20 or something?
Okay, I will make
Hell
I will make the deciding vote as your president if it comes to a tiebreaker this time.
Oh, you actually will actually stand in charge and actually cast your vote for once.
Yes.
All right, cast it away.
Let's go with number one.
All right, the
Oh,
president has
fine.
spoken. Oh well. Oh, sorry. This is your line. My bad. Ah!
Ah, well, regardless of how he reacts, it's not like it'll have an impact on anything between us. I've no plans of getting too friendly with the man, though he might have had some good points, emphasis on might. The best treatment I can hope myself to give him is to stop thinking of him as a sleazy douche. Besides, after seeing that look on him, I figured someone like him can use a little compliment here and there.
Did that help or hurt?
I have no idea.
I think it's gonna help. He probably doesn't get it much considering how coarse his own language can get.
Can't you act a wee bit polite for even a second of your life? It won't kill you. You'll easily get answers that way, you know? Instead of demanding things from people like a temperamental man-child.
Be nice when I want to be, woman. Don't tell me what to do.
Ah, and here I was just thinking how you're doing a brilliant job as Callie's guardian. Was I mistaken?
Was I mistaken? What? Sorry, I didn't catch that.
Stop playing dumb. I hate to admit it, but you actually seem to be good with kids. Possibly even better than most of the teachers here.
Bad all the teachers here.
What do you know?
I've expected him to just take it all in, bloat his ego more, and even brag about it. Instead, what I get from him is a sound resembling a squawk. Or maybe that's him choking on his own pride. I can't tell above the hubbub surrounding us. But when I glance at him, only a mortified expression is on his face.
No.
No. You should be proud of yourself. At least there's one good thing about you. Isn't that nice to hear? Pretty sure not a lot of compliments get thrown around about you, knowing how you are.
That's a backhanded compliment.
That's so backhanded.
there are a lot of good things about me.
I mean, we gotta establish dominance somehow, so we gotta do it through language.
My hair, for one. There's also my extraordinary good looks. Wax lyrical about those all you want. I'd be happy to hear it any day. Praise anything about me but that. Yeah, I don't think he liked that answer.
Oh, really?
Oh, he has issues with kids for some reason. Remember they talked about that? He doesn't want kids or something.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he did say that.
What is
weird
so
'cause he
repulsive about it? Oh, sorry. It's weird because why?
He seems to like Kylie well enough, but when other characters hinted about him being a parent or the whole thing with Rochelle, he seemed totally disgusted.
I think because they were talking about having one of the rooms of the mansion be like a kid's room, and he's like, no, we need that for my
Oh yeah, theater
bar
room or whatever it was.
or whatever garage. Yeah, that's all I remember.
Shouldn't that tell you anything about yourself?
Kylie is one kid, not even my own. Trust me, you do not want to see me bring a spawn of my own into this world. It'll be an abomination.
Good lord.
Damn.
Is that what you keep telling yourself?
Maybe. Is it any of your business? Oh no!
Oh.
Actually, I looked up the answer, and it actually gives him. It's actually positive.
I mean, this is
I
like the
Oh,
realest. This is
interesting.
like the realest conversation we've had in this game so far. Like,
No, but if I didn't know any better, I'd say it's because you think yourself. Because you yourself think. Oh, sorry.
Maybe
It
I
doesn't
accidentally
work like
pressed
that,
it.
by the way. It's okay.
You can just read the log.
True.
I guess
Yeah,
that's
because I
true.
wanted to catch that line. Something he hates himself. He's a weird kind of like narcissist at times, and sometimes that's mixture with like.
Yeah, he has an inferiority complex.
Yeah, definitely.
there might be a sliver of truth in it, but I shouldn't have phrased it like that.
Mm,
Even for my own standards, or the kind of person I'm talking to, it's still quite rude. An apology's already at my throat, but the minute I open my mouth, all of what I prepared myself to say dissipates. Lost in the moment in front of me.
well, he looks sad.
He has turned gaze outside, staring at some point past the buildings blocking the view of the sky, equally lost in his thoughts. He's a vexing man under so many standards. However, in this moment, the morning light streaming from the window lends his features a certain air.
Na 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 na. Na
Softer,
na na.
less severe than what he often flaunts. I might as well be looking at a different man.
Hey, hey, goodbye.
There's a tender note in his voice when he finds it, the words muttered under his breath, not intended for anyone but himself. Nevertheless, it reaches my ears, unintentional as it may be.
You're right. You deserve someone far better than me.
All that talk about self-worth makes some sense now. It isn't some profound knowledge he pulled out of his arse. It has come about because he's already been there, likely still stuck in the middle of it. Preaching about your own personal experience is easier, after all. Less room for mistakes, more for a dose of self-loathing. What a complicated man. Just when you thought you've already figured him out, he does one thing and says the other. People like him are the most difficult to gauge, far harder to understand. Yet, it might be exactly for this reason why some are so easily churned by him. It's the mystery that catches them, of wanting to find out what's underneath that bravado.
Is this why Sundaras are so popular? I don't get it personally.
I won't count myself among those yet. His winning personality isn't exactly my cup of tea. But sometimes, once you get a glimpse of what's beyond the machismo, that's a new one.
I never
Empathize.
heard of machismo.
Machismo? No. Empathizing with the man isn't such a steep hill to climb. If the comfortable silence we now share tells anything, that is. Perhaps this is as close to friendship as we can get. Several insults flung around with a few shared silences in between, and that's not exactly a bad thing. He's not exactly a bad guy either, despite the awkward start we've had. Maybe it's for this reason that I can't resist throwing in a little comment to lift his mood before leaving him.
How long are you gonna narrate about me, Daisy?
You know, Luke, you're not such a bad person.
Is that supposed to make me feel better? I'm touched, Daisy.
Take it how you will, but a little attitude change would help. A lot.
Oh, bollocks. Right, of course. Let me know when you're done with your lecture, ma'am.
And you can probably start by not leaving your wife out while you're having some quality time with your goddaughter. Who knows? Maybe that'll help change how the child sees her.
Where'd you even get the idea that I'm leaving my wife out? Have you ever even met?
Oh, yeah.
Rebecca?
No,
is it-
but I did see.
Say that again? You
I think
kinda
she was
cut
cutting out.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. No, but I did see her with you two last time. Is it still cutting out?
No, it's good.
Yeah, it came in clear.
Okay,
His,
cool.
his His indifferent expression quickly dissolves into a confused scowl, while I meet it with matching perplexity. It has only been 2 days. Surely his memory isn't that bad.
What? When was this?
At the cafe, after you left. She was sitting right beside you. Callie was at the back and you were driving.
What? Accidentally hit yourself with your own book? Because that damn thing's quite thick. I'm really getting worried about you. It has only been a few days, and concussions can be dangerous. I suggest you have that checked.
Well, you asked. I just answered. It's pretty rude to make her wait like that, by the way.
I make her wait when she's not even with us.
What?
It was just Kylie and I that night.
Now you're just pulling my leg.
Luke exhales long and drawn out, his impatience rapidly changing the companionable air around us. In the face of it, I tense. I've accidentally stepped into another minefield. Any chat I've had with him so far has been like this. Why it still surprises me escapes me, but above my worries of offending the man is my own bewilderment. I remember well enough what I saw that night, yet he says something completely different.
Wife was out with Kylie's mummy that night. She wasn't with us. How do you think I ended up on babysitting duty?
But in the front seat. In Kylie's.
That? Have you heard her laugh?
Miss Pink.
Kylie's sobs reach my ears first, then her familiar weight returns around my waist again. Hot tears seep through my blouse as she buries her face in it, her arms winding tightly around me. Luke and I briefly exchange worried glances, his own lips shut tight with concern. Her cries are soft enough not to attract much attention. Most of the visitors have been ushered inside the rooms by now, anyway. Those that still linger, though, watches our little group with great interest and concern. If I don't get a better handle of the situation, I have a feeling Luke will start yelling at everyone soon. Kneeling, I gently pull the girl away from me, cupping her face and wiping away tears, creating little trails on her cheeks. Her mouth is drawn in a miserable pout when she peers up at me.
All right, Kylie. Calm down. What happened?
It's my friend.
It's a little too vague, Munchkin.
Let her speak, Luke. Who is it, Kylie? Melody? Or was it the other one?
Yeah.
Did the two of you fight?
She nods, then immediately clams up after, letting her sobs communicate the story instead, or as much as her shaking shoulders can tell me. Right behind me, Luke gives a nervous huff while he shifts on his feet. He must not be used to handling children crying. What a wuss!
Sweetie, I won't be able to help you if you don't tell me what happened.
Oh, seconds pass before she responds again. The tears are already gone when she finally musters the strength to talk, her cries subsiding to mere sniffles.
I wanted to give her the rest of the jelly babies, but she won't come out.
Where? Where is she?
In
Not the
little
locker,
girl's room.
okay.
Oh yeah, baby.
Why are you saying "oh yeah" to that?
Not that part. I was saying like to the lockers,
Awkward.
but like okay, that was what they call it,
Yeah.
Freudian slip. I was
Is she
completely
still there?
unintentional.
For the past like day, and stuff in the locker.
I was thinking about the locker, but when she said the girls' room, I was like, that's what I done. Fucked up.
Bad timing.
FBI, open up!
You know what? I ain't gonna resist, so come on, take me away. I kinda earned that. Alright. Sorry, did you say this line?
I did, yes. Yeah, you're fine.
Another nod.
She won't say what's wrong. I keep asking her, but she told me to go away, and that's so mean. Career Day's gonna start soon. I saw the prizes Miss Alice will give us if we're good. She's gonna miss it.
Is that what you told her?
Yeah, she won't listen. She won't even take jelly babies. That's a sin. After I saved it for her, too. Luke wanted to eat the red ones, but I told him it's not for him. Miss Pink, can you talk to her? Tell her to come out. And I'm really upset with her. Try not to die.
Just a little childish argument then. Times like this, I'm glad I teach teenagers mature enough for petty squabbles. I do love being around children and won't mind having one or two of my own in the future, but it takes a whole different level of patience to teach several of them. I honestly admire my colleagues who willingly took the challenge. Normally, I'll leave this for their homeroom teachers to fix, but I can't just ignore the imploring look she shoots me. That's another weakness I'll have to steel myself against before I ever think of having one of my own. For now, I give in to it.
Okay. Tell me where she is, sweetie.
Sighing, I stand up and gesture for her to lead the way. Luke trails quietly behind us. Even with a small distance in between, his apprehension is palpable, understandably so, as we approach the little girl's room.
Oh, Lord.
No one wants to be caught in the middle of a children's spat. But in the end, this is all just a part of my job. I can't just shy away from it, can I?
It's spooky.
Kylie escorts us to an adjacent hall. At this hour, the corridors and the rooms lining its sides are empty. Save for the gentle rustling of leaves, the twittering of birds outside, and the tapping of our foot against the floor, the whole area stays eerily quiet. Not unusual, though. This is the part of the building reserved for club activities at the end of the school day, and with the rest of the school busy with another event, it's only natural for it to be this deserted. Come afternoon, right after class, it'll once again be filled with people. For the time being, I focus on the toilets at the far end, heading straight for it. Luke stays behind, opting to wait for the end of this drama instead, obviously not wanting to deal with another person's kid. Meanwhile, Kylie follows right after me, unusually silent as we approach the ladies' room. Sometime before we made the turn down the hallway, she stopped sniffling and started singing a tune under her breath.
London Bridge is
God
falling
damn it.
down,
no.
falling down, falling down.
I don't even
London
need to
Bridge
talk.
is
It's just creepy
falling
by
down.
itself.
Probably
My
to brace to calm
fair
herself, or
lady.
maybe this is her way of preparing to pull her friend out of her sulk.
Remind me again why people like this girl.
It certainly
Sometimes
reminds me
she
of another
have a
person.
large head.
She has a large head.
Big
She
eyes.
does creepy voices.
Yeah, it's the key to making any character, any child character. I make no remarks on it, however. It's all part of growing up, they say. Let her learn. The door is slightly ajar when we get to it, and from inside, the sobs of a girl echo weakly, barely audible, even in this kind of hush.
Oh no.
Turns out, Kylie's not the only one upset about this. Despite the situation, a smile forms in my lips as I call out to her friend.
Hello? Hello there. You're Callie's friend, aren't you? Melody, is it? She's looking for you.
Children can be so amusing sometimes. Granted, they can be exasperating, especially around this age, but the endearing things about them outweigh those. All you need is enough level of patience.
Career Day's about to start too. You'll have to come out or you're gonna be really late for it. Miss Alice won't be happy if one of her kids isn't there. I heard she bought little gifts for everyone who will behave.
Oh boy, jelly baby.
Don't you want to receive one?
However, her cries show no signs of abating. They only grow louder.
Oh no. Ellipses.
Not close to a well. alarming, regardless.
Are you okay?
Ellipses.
From where I'm standing, it sounds almost like The Grudge, like she's in some kind of pain and it's not impossible. They do that at times, hiding what ails them for fear of reprimand. If it's like that, coaxing her out might be useless. It also makes sense why she chose the loo furthest from their classroom. Wasting no time, I gesture for Kylie to wait and amble towards the door, calmly so I don't alarm her. At the same time, a distinct sense of deja vu hits me. I've been in this position before, behind a door with someone crying on the other side, my calls ignored as their cries grow into a wail. Just this past week, actually. Even so, being in the same situation before doesn't bring any comfort. I'm putting up for the child beside me. Is the thick undercurrent of worry trickling into my stomach. I take one last breath, then I nudge the door open.
Alright, let's get spooky.
Get ready to mash G.
Oh,
It all,
God.
it all happens in the span of a
Quick time
second.
event, isn't it?
Oh,
Oh, God. Let's find out.
I don't make it past 2 steps into the room. Her cries abruptly stop. Light footsteps shuffle behind me, coming into a halt at the door. My heart skips a beat. And when I turn,
Boy. Oh, boy. Here we go.
Kylie?
Bridge is falling down.
Good God.
Miss Pink, why didn't you help her?
God, look at that freaking blood eyes soaked yandere face of
God.
death.
Real yandere hours, baby.
Yeah, baby. Where's the knife?
Update my fan art.
my whole...
Yeah, she looks like she looks like Harley Quinn's daughter or something.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like if she took her
Look at
meds.
Joker and like unhealthiness. Yeah.
Yeah.
My whole body becomes motionless at the sight of her, words catching in my throat and heart pounding rapidly against my chest. This is Kylie, I'm sure of it. Yet nothing in the manner she speaks or the way she tilts her head in question carries the youthful, innocent vibe she always brings with her. As if I'm merely looking at a dead, hollow imitation of a child.
Can't you hear her? She's asking for your help.
But it is not those that trigger a memory. It's those chilling eyes,
Oh, yandere eyes.
calling, beckoning.
Why won't you listen to her?
All at once the memory returns to me. A tide that has receded now returns to shore with an overwhelming force, carrying images of a single moment from days ago. A world passing by in a blur, the features I can barely discern under the little light there was. Not even a week has passed. In this minute, while I keep my eyes trained on the child before me, they return with such unbearable clarity. There are no horrid wounds this time, no blood streaming down a pale face, thank heavens. Just lips contorted into a small, twisted smile. They brim with venom I've never expected to ever see in a child, sending tiny pinpricks of dread crawling up my limbs and winding up my neck.
You're a bad person. People like you deserve to die.
I can't breathe. Those whispers and laughters again.
I just there with the book.
Judge. Mocking. Taunting. Each scathing word ringing sharp and true against my ears. My throat closes in. My whole body tenses. A chill settles at the tips of my fingers, every digit gone rigid from the cold. With every single drawn breath, any struggle for air or freedom, the coils wrapped around my body tighten, dragging me down. A gradual, torturous descent into another bottomless abyss.
Help!
On and on and on until I lose touch with myself and the world.
Help me!
until darkness claimed me, and unexpectedly, a note in the distance, harsh and piercing, cutting through the thick stupor and shattering the haze without warning.
Are you ladies done with your business now?
Boy, I missed my chance. Oh well.
Or do you want to take it? It's fine.
Well, I was trying to sound scary. That's fine. But
Can you do
Also-
your water thing?
Also, Nick, I'm tempted to use my Discord admin privileges to delete that image because that is nightmare.
yeah, that doesn't work for me.
I wanna
I can't
see
do the
what
raspy
is it.
voice with water.
Oh
I
god.
do.
Aw, okay.
I have to get
Into the
super
end.
practice. It's like when you do water, like I have to tilt back, but to do the like it opens like just enough where water's gonna retreat to my windpipe. So I don't want that.
Yeah, don't do
Yeah,
that.
please don't
but,
die.
Nah, like I
only
practice
do
like
when you die.
like I have to like gargle. So that means I have to don't, But other than that, I'm just gonna do with the stereotypical raspy grudge voice. So. Are you ladies done with your business here? I don't have all morning to wait for you two.
My eyes snap open, and the world shifts into place with a ragged gasp. When I glance up, a different set of eyes greet me.
Are you okay, Miss Pink? You look like you're having a stroke.
No anger.
Why does her
Also,
art
why-
look better in this one?
Yeah, her eyes look normal size now. Like,
Yeah.
what's going on?
I mean, they're still big, but they're not as big as the other one.
And,
Were we just like tripping hard on something?
I think the people who worked on this art didn't work on the character design.
Probably, yeah.
Sprites.
No veiled hatred in them. Just plain, sincere concern. Bit by bit, I become aware of my surroundings and myself as warmth steadily slips back to me. I have reached out for the nearby counter to steady myself at some point, and my knuckles have gone white from how rigid my grip on it is. It's over now, yet the tension hasn't left my body. My heart still hammers hard against my chest in an erratic rhythm, and my breathing still comes in short, shallow bursts. Before me, Kylie fumbles with her hands, utterly unsure of what to do to an adult in what's probably a laughable state.
Did you get sick? Did you go crazy? I'll call Tio, okay? He's okay with going in girls' bathrooms. Stay here and don't move.
Yes.
Oh, please, God, no. We don't want him swiggity-swiggeting to the girls' restroom.
No need. Just leave me alone.
Tio will know how to fix you. Wait, okay?
Oh, God.
I wish I could speak reassurances to her, but I can't shake it off. The dread is there, twisting at my insides in anticipation. Of what? I am no longer sure. Pushing myself off the counter, I break off into a run. Brushing off the ancient look Kylie gives me when I gently push her away on my way out, or the furrow in Luke's brows when I stumble into him outside. Whatever they both saw in my face, I care not to know. Bloody hell, I don't even understand what's happening anymore.